So yeah, Witcher 3 is getting a re-release, and it is, in for all intents and purposes, it's the enhanced edition that they usually put out, a year or two after one of their releases. It's a lot longer afterwards, and they sent me a code to, fuck with it and mess around with it. It does. First of all, it's free for everybody that owns Witcher 3. So if you have any copy of Witcher 3 anywhere, it will automatically upgrade to like a next gen version via Xbox or PlayStation 5, or your PC
Nice.
version, it'll just be a patch. And it's actually just in the game itself, it's just called patch 4. Um what it does is it dramatically improves the graphics on current consoles. I don't know, the PC version didn't get a code for that one. It looks way better. They've integrated a bunch of graphics mods that were on the Nexus, like increased draw distance for certain items, the certain texture replacements, etc. Has ray tracing mode, all that stuff now. Nicer graphics, right? It
Mm-hmm.
also does some control stuff that is really appreciated. They used to have this thing where when you wanted to switch between your spells, you had to go into like a slow down time radial menu
Mm-hmm.
and then like select the new one and then cast it. And now they just have it like Kingdom Hearts genuinely, where you just hold down the trigger and then each of the buttons corresponds to one
Is
of them.
mapped to one of them.
So
Okay.
it's way faster. Um,
Were there
Relatively
community
little
mods
things
for
like,
stuff like that?
what's that?
Were there mods for
No.
community mods for okay.
So one of the big ones that means the most is you no longer have to hold A to sprint. You can just click in the left stick once, which,
That's pretty good quality of
man, it's
life.
like these tiny little things
Mm-hmm.
that just makes like the biggest difference. When you go pick herbs and like materials off the ground that are free, there's no menu. You just pick them up,
You just
because
pick them
why
up.
would you ever not want to pick them up?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, there's a couple others that I'm forgetting. They've given you the ability to have the mini map and your objective thing finally fade away, so that when you're riding your horse, you actually have like a clean
Clean.
thing. You don't just have like a giant fucking mini map in there.
Nice. Nice.
And there's also a, I forget the name of it. Hold on, Witcher 3 Nexus. Oh, there's a combat mod that, this is really strange. What, after the game came out for Witcher 2 and Witcher 3, developers on the game went, I'm not super happy with the way the combat ended up in the end. So they put mods up that like significantly overhauled the way that the base game actually worked.
Mm.
I want to say it's called FZ or FC3 with Witcher 3. I'm someone would who would know better than me would actually know what the fuck it's called. It's on the Nexus in here somewhere. But it's basically a rebalance of a bunch of the way that armors work. FCR3, yeah, the FCR3 gameplay mod has just now been integrated into the game. It's like, no, that was better.
What
That's the
combat
way the game
style?
works now.
What combat style would you compare the original
Oh
to?
no, it's not that dramatic.
Okay.
It's still the same base level thing. These are numerical tweaks. Like the leveling system's been crunched a little bit, and certain armor sets are more focused in one
Okay.
direction or the other, and stuff like that. FCR3. Let me just pull that up. Immersion and gameplay tweaks from one of the devs. What changed? You can see in the dark now. Commoners react to being stolen from. Minimal height from which fall damage starts to be calculated. Ciri's immune to damage when she's doing her teleport. Sped up animations of monsters flying, falling down from the sky. Stuff like that, like a rebalance. But now it's included. So it's this nice little genuinely improved version of the game that also looks way nicer and is free to everyone who already owns it.
That's a nice little care package to drop when, again, like after a game goes through a long enough life cycle that like there can be community created mods that have quality improvement, um, by all means reintegrate that shit. If you have a skeleton crew, take their time to just do that. That's great, especially for people that are on consoles that usually don't get that kind of thing.
It also fixed a bunch of the game's bugs that were still around.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if I saw it on Steam earlier today, I think Witcher 3 is on sale for like $3 somewhere right now.
I
It's
bet you that, like, I wouldn't be surprised that like some of this attention is the fact that like, hey, the show's popping, some people are coming back around to this for the first time again, with some of that going on.
There
And
are items they added from the show in it.
there you go, right? It's actually a new spotlight on it, so it makes sense to spend a little money doing things to it, because otherwise we know CD Projekt is a little tight, considering the other bit where they, the Cyberpunk multiplayer project was completely canceled in order to focus on fixing up the main thing. So yeah, and then all the Witcher announcements and all that stuff. So yeah, this is probably show related attention for sure.
One of the other things when I was going through the preview guide or what have you is they described that they actually went out of their way to fix a lot of the clipping with Geralt's hair. Geralt has a lot of hairstyles in that game that you can pick from, and it would like go nuts on a bunch of the different armors that you could get. And it's like apparently they went and spent the time to clean it up so that it wouldn't just go super super nuts through half of the game's like clothes that you could wear.
Okay.
Does that matter? No. Does it mean something to me? Yes, absolutely. Oh, one other thing. There's performance mode and ray tracing mode on the PlayStation 5 version that I have. Yeah, don't even look at that fucking ray tracing mode. Don't even
mean,
fucking turn that on. It is the difference between like 90 frames and like 20.
So I was
It's,
doing that on DMC4 Special Edition on Xbox actually, and it's just
hilarious.
like, why would you ever? Like, I just, no, give me my performance, please,
It's
every time. Like, yeah.
like not even close to 30. Like not even, and like unless you're looking like water or like something with a lot of reflective
Reflections
surfaces,
and
you
refractions,
can't even
exactly.
fucking tell the
No,
difference.
it matters when you run past a window, and then it's otherwise is meh, minor for the trade off you have to take. So
Oh, the last big change they made, they have a new camera option that is like way, way closer to Geralt. It is like God of War's camera.
like
Like
above
like
the shoulders.
like no, like the waist is the furthest down the character you can see. Like he's that close and he's like taking up 30% of the screen. And that also works for like combat and the camera tries to like fit enemies inside because it's more immersive. It's terrible.
Yeah, no,
It's
why?
terrible.
No, and
It
and
is
it's
awful.
like if you're playing, and the thing is, Resident Evil is a game where you're shooting things far away
Hmm.
from you. In this, you're doing mostly melee up close, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of want fucking to see what the fuck's surrounding you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah,
All right.
overall, hey, they smoothed out a lot of the rough edges on The Witcher 3 and they made it a substantially better game, which is nuts because that is probably it's no, not probably. That is easily the best game that CD Projekt has ever put out.
Mm.
Yeah,